exactly a mistake. The thing that is, it's basically
As you may all be aware, the last few weeks you've probably seen, we are now marking the 20th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement. Signed on the 10th of April 1998 and then adopted by popular referendum on both parts of the island of Ireland on the 22nd of May. The agreement was an historic achievement for our island and for our neighbour Britain. And it was the culmination of decades of dialogue, outreach, negotiation, political leadership and quiet diplomacy. And at the heart of this remarkable achievement was John Hume, a man whose entire life was dedicated to justice and peace. And he remains the only man to have won the Nobel Prize, the Martin Luther King Prize and the Gandhi Peace Prize. So the film that we will see this evening, In the Name of Peace, John Hume in America, I think puts this remarkable man back again at the heart of things. And we're delighted that Maurice was able to travel to be with us. I think he's only been here just over 24 hours at this stage, so it's great to have him with us this evening. And he really has crafted a film which shows us what can be achieved through belief and sheer doggedness and the support of our friends. And I think this is a very, very important message for what we're going through nowadays as well. The journey towards reconciliation, of course, is an ongoing one, and one that we must keep renewing and reinvigorating. So this film serves as a really timely reminder that there is always hope and that divisions that appear too wide can be bridged if we have the courage and vision to do so. So I'm very, very proud that the Consulate could support the event this evening, and I'm delighted to welcome Maurice to the microphone.
I am standing here and telling the government that I believe that we have a real process of lasting peace and a total cessation of violence. Hurry up and deal with it.
He grabbed me by the wrists and held my hands and said, "Look, you can do it. You're near it."
In 1998, the Good Friday Agreement was signed and roundly endorsed in referenda on both sides of the Irish border, and the Northern Irish troubles ended.
First, he was real. And secondly, he didn't seem to have an agenda other than the one he was pursuing. He wanted an inclusive peace. And he thought that nonviolence was the best way to pursue it. He was the Irish conflict's Martin Luther King.
At the outset, the Boys of St. Column's story, that story about that school and that generation. And I always thought that, you know, when you go to school in Ireland, and I did history in school, and you learn about Irish history, it's 20, in my time anyway, it was 26 county Irish history. And then you learn a lot about European history, you might learn a little bit about British or American history, but that's it. You know, the North is the elephant in the room, which I found dramatic because it's, you know, so prominent in our lives, so prominent in the news reports and so on. And I thought that the way in which John Hume approached politics, and he always had an all-island mindset, I thought that was very interesting and inspiring. And I thought it was a great pity that it wasn't a bit more widely known. So I suppose a combination of all those factors, I started to work on a full-scale film on him. But as I got into it, people like Tip O'Neill, I found political figures like him, like Charlie Doherty, the congressman from Philly, who took such risks. I found that their stories were really intriguing, and again, really unknown. So the idea of making a film that would pull it all together some way was a challenge I wanted to undertake.